Stop trying to identity shift. For as long as you're trying to identity shift, you're trying to become someone you're not. And so many people don't realize this. They don't understand this concept. You don't have to become anyone new. You have to unbecome all that you were conditioned to become so that the real you can just shine. Once the real you shines, the most authentic version of yourself, the most magnetic version of yourself, the version of yourself that already has it all, that's when this outer world will reflect the change. For as long as you're trying to change yourself from lack, guess what's going to happen? Lack. There's going to be lack within. There's going to be lack without. And so in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to replace this need to identity shift from this place of lack to just unbecoming all that you were conditioned to become, so you can just allow yourself to naturally be who you are. And guess what? You're already whole, perfect, complete, just as you are, right here, right now. And when you realize this, that's when you're going to magnetize everything that's for you. And guess what else is going to happen? You're going to repel all that is not for you. In front of you, you're going to have the mind map of truth. If you want to download this mind map, click the link in the description. All you got to do is create an account and you're going to be able to download it for free. Before I even start, I just want to let you know I've sold a little over 500,000 copies of my books. We are currently sold out right now. The series is called Project 369. We are still available on Amazon if you want to buy it, but we're restocking. If you want to check it out, link is in the description below. Now, stop trying to identity shift. Do this instead. So here's the truth about identity shifting. Most people try to shift their identity from lack. This means they want to be liked. They want to be approved of. They want to attract maybe a specific person, or they want to manifest specific outcomes. And so they think, if I change myself to match that specific frequency, that specific outcome, then finally it's going to happen. Then finally everything is going to unfold perfectly, without understanding and realizing that they're trying to manipulate themselves. They're trying to manipulate their own subconscious mind, and they're trying to identity shift from this place of not having. If you already had what you wanted, would you be trying to identity shift? No. When you understand that you don't need to shift anything other than shifting from lack to abundance, other than this one identity shift, which isn't really an identity shift, that I'm going to show you in this video today, you're never going to need anything else. You're never going to need, honestly, another lesson. You just practice these principles and everything is going to unfold perfectly. So, the only identity shift you will ever need, shifting from ego to soul. Shifting from ego to soul. It is the only thing you will ever need to manifest a certain relationship, or to fix a certain relationship, to manifest wealth, performance, create whatever you want to create, health, everything you could possibly want boils down to this one shift right here, from ego to soul. When you shift from ego to soul, you unlock your unique and divine expression of Source God Creator, which only you have, by the way. No one else can beat you at being you, because that's you. You're a unique and divine expression of Source God Creator. You unlock unconditional love, peace, joy, and authenticity. You unlock your highest frequency and your highest timeline. And you also unlock presence, freedom, and total detachment. So now let's talk about the ego versus soul. Most people's desire to transform is rooted in ego, the need for external validation, rather than the soul, which seeks internal alignment. As long as your desires are tied to something outside of you, they remain inauthentic and ego-driven. Even when they are fulfilled, they will leave you feeling incomplete, because no external achievement can fill an internal void. Even if you get the money, if you get it from lack, you're going to be unfulfilled. You get that relationship, if you get it from lack, you're going to be unfulfilled. And guess what happens when you're unfulfilled? Guess what happens when you're operating from lack? All of that is going to be taken from you again, because that's just how the universe works. Your highest timeline can only unfold and manifest when you awaken your soul and begin creating reality from that place of wholeness, okay? So this is what the ego wants: external validation. What it thinks will make it complete. This includes control, validation, and safety through the external world, believing that fulfillment exists out there, somewhere out there, in a future destination. That's when I'm going to be fulfilled, or something outside of me, a specific outcome. That's when I'm finally going to be fulfilled. Once this happens, once I get all the likes, once I get all the fame, once I get all the money, once I get the relationship, once I finally have a six-pack, that's when I'm going to be fulfilled. You know how many people have a six-pack that are insecure? You know how many people have millions and billions of dollars that feel like it's not enough? You know how many people have manifested a specific relationship and it did not work out because it was inauthentic? The last thing that I would ever want you to do is to try to manifest the ego's personal agenda. The last thing I would ever want you to do is to try to manifest the ego's personal agenda, because the ego is bankrupt. The ego operates from this place of never having enough. I'm speaking from experience because I was once in this place. But once I unlocked my soul, oh my God, I'm free. I'm free for life. It is the best feeling in the world. My frequency has never been this high. And this is what this is going to unlock within you too. So the ego's desires are about attaining, right? And when everyone thinks about manifestation, everyone thinks about manifesting a specific outcome. I mean, that's really what manifestation is all about. Of course, people talk about embodiment, but no one actually focuses on embodiment. All of these videos that are teaching you, yeah, unexpected money is going to come. Look, it's totally fine. But when you embody this abundance, when you embody the money, when you embody the wealth consciousness that you already are, that's when unexpected money comes, because you are that. But when you're trying to manifest unexpected money, no, it's not going to come, because you're focusing on what you're not, and you're coming from a place of lack. Same thing goes with the relationships, health, everything else, right? So the ego thinks and believes, when I get this, I'll finally be enough. Or I'll finally be whole. I'll finally be complete. I'll finally be fulfilled. I'll finally be happy. I'll finally be at peace. I'll finally experience the love. I'll finally experience it once I get it. You're never going to get it for as long as you're operating from ego. And it could be all around you, and you're still not going to get it because it's found within you. So I'm going to break down the ego's sort of consciousness, and then I'm going to break down the soul's consciousness. So the ego craves recognition and validation. These are the ego's desires. So the ego wants to be seen, admired, and approved by others. When I sold 500,000 copies of my book, well, actually, before I sold 500,000 copies of my books, once I sold 100,000 copies, I was like, holy crap. I'm quote unquote this best-selling author. I reached #1 and you thought, we surpassed Dr. Joe Dispenza. I was like, what the hell is going on? This is crazy. So many people are acknowledging my book. So many people are manifesting miracles from my book. So many people are acknowledging me. So many people are like, wow, miracles are unfolding in their lives. People are manifesting breakthroughs, right? And then I was like, whoa, I gotta make sure that everyone in the spiritual space, everyone in the manifestation space continues to approve of me, right? And so what I did was I broke myself. I suppressed parts and aspects and qualities of myself that always existed, right? That was my true essence. But the reality of it was, I didn't want people in the spiritual space. I didn't want people in the manifestation space to see this. This affected the way that I taught. This affected the way that I expressed myself. This affected my authentic self, which is my magnetism, right? I had to break myself to fit into a community. When the reality of it is, the only reason my books sold that much is because they came from a place of authentic truth. And so that was one of my best creations, right? But I was focused on continuing to have this community want to be by my side, having them be ride or dies. if maybe I taught something that involved facing some sort of discomfort, because everyone in manifestation space wants things to be easy, and it's totally fine. However, discomfort is not hard. Discomfort and hard, those two are not the same thing, right? And the truth is, discomfort is what allows growth, expansion, and evolution within your vessel to actually hold and manifest the blessings you deserve. That's not what this video is going to be about, but this is just an example, right? I was afraid to talk about facing discomfort. I was afraid to talk about hardships because everything in the manifestation space is supposed to be easy. But from experience, from my own growth, expansion, and evolution, I know shit's not always easy. I know it's not. Same thing goes with certain words. Like I can't say shit. I can say shit all I want. I can do whatever the fuck I want, right? Certain people. And this is the fragmentation. This is how it comes, right? Because my authentic self, I want to express however I want to express. I want to create whatever I want to create, however I want to create it, whenever I want to create it. This is what it means to be authentic. But when you're blocked, and as you can see, this is an example from when I got an external achievement, how it affected me. There are many people who have manifested, whether it be fame, whether it be some sort of achievement, that they broke themselves to fit in and mold their identity to this specific achievement. There are many people who just break themselves to fit in without achieving shit. They just break themselves to fit in, to get liked, to be seen, to be admired, and to be approved by others. So that's just a personal experience that I want to share with you, because this is what authenticity is all about, right? So really, for this, you got to love yourself. You just got to be you. Because when you love yourself unconditionally, when you're at peace, when you know yourself, the opinions of others don't matter. When you know your intentions are pure, when you're coming from the heart, nothing else matters. Nothing. Because when you know yourself, you know yourself. And this is real security. This is real safety, right? Control and certainty. So needing to predict and plan and manage outcomes to feel safe. You don't know more than God. The ego thinks it knows more than God. I used to always create the grand plan, whether it be a marketing plan, whether it be a plan on manifesting a specific outcome, whatever the outcome may be, right? All of this strategizing, all of this analyzing. And I was just focused solely on outcomes. I was like, well, if I do this and this and this, then this outcome must happen. And if this outcome doesn't happen, then I got to do this, this, and this in order to surpass that, or in order to proceed and move forward from there. And so the only thing I was doing was focusing on outcomes for so long. I was focusing on outcomes. And when you're focusing on outcomes, you're stuck in the mind. You're just thinking. And guess what you're doing when you're just thinking? You're not here now. You're not embodying now. The version of you who already has it, quote unquote, would they be thinking? No, because they have it. The path is lit up. It's illuminated when you walk through it. When you knock on the door, you open it and you walk through it, you're going to see that the path gets illuminated. You can't plan ahead because you don't know more than God. And by the way, God is not only your higher mind, your superconscious, which is unlocked through presence, not through thought, but through presence, intuition, hunches, inspirations, right? Feeling. And God is also this unified field. God is also all the laws at work. And it's all natural law that unfolds perfectly. So God is without, God is within, God is all of it. No separation whatsoever. And so you don't know more than God. Presence unlocks knowing, and presence is embodiment. When you know through embodiment, God knows. You unlock that higher mind. When you think you know, you don't know shit. Because you're not embodying. So let go of control and certainty. Comparison, the ego only compares itself to others because it operates in the realm of illusion and separation in this third dimensional realm, right? And superiority and inferiority. They're better than me, or I'm superior to them, and so on and so forth, right? So this is all rooted in striving to be better than. I want to be better than them. I want to get ahead of them. I want to get further along them. Oh, they're better than me. So then you're envious of another person. You're jealous of another person. When the reality of it is that other person should unlock inspiration within you, because those admirable qualities are just qualities you have not realized and unlocked within your very own being due to fear, doubt, uncertainty, so on and so forth, due to the ego. But when you realize there is no separation, the qualities that I admire in another person are the qualities that I have within myself. There is no superiority or inferiority, because the same potential that exists within me is the same potential that exists within you. And that's why Christ said, what I can do, you shall do, even greater than me. And if Christ said that, imagine that. Imagine how powerful you truly are. Material attachment. The ego loves material attachment. It defines its worth through possessions, through wealth, through status, or through looks. And I made a video about this too. I said, a lot of people, focus on their looks. And look, eat healthy, exercise, right? Work out, and take care of your physical vessel, understanding that it is the temple through which the Creator dwells. It's the temple of God, right? However, if you're focusing on your looks, on how you look, rather than, focusing on expression, rather than focusing on just being authentic, then you're going to be blocking that authenticity. And the people who are telling you have to be fit in order to be confident, these are the people who are the most insecure. Because if they weren't fit, they wouldn't be confident, right? Confidence is unlocked not through how you look, although at the end of the day, look, the gut and the brain are interconnected. Yeah, the gut and the dopamine and the serotonin and all of that ultimately depends on the foods that you eat. Your mood swings based on the foods that you eat, so on and so forth. But authenticity is magnetism. That's your personal magnetism. And that can only be unlocked when you unbecome, when you uncondition. Unbecome and uncondition. So I don't give a shit about how I look, right? I mean, look at me right now. You know what I mean? I don't care about how I look. I'm confident either way. I'm just going to express my truth no matter what. Yeah, I'm still going to take care of my body, but it's not going to condition my confidence. It's not going to condition my truth. I'm just going to be me, do me. That's it, right? Same thing goes with wealth and status, right? There's a lot of people who just flex their cars. When's the last time I flexed shit? Rarely I'll flex some revenue numbers, whatever. Rarely I'll post my car, whatever. It's an M5 comp, It's not even a freaking Lambo or anything, but I've been there. I live in $1 million home. I've been to the place where I already had all the wealth and all that stuff. I've never been attached to it. Because it was always temporary. And it's only the people who actually have money who are going to tell you it's not happiness. The people who don't have money, again, they're going to be like, well, I'd rather cry in a Lamborghini than a Honda, so on and so forth. No, you're depressed. You don't say that. Because at the end of the day, if you're crying, you're crying. However you feel is what your reality is going to be. And so people don't necessarily understand, right? The whole concept of money does not buy happiness. It's the people who are solely identified with their material things, right? Saying my self-worth is based on how much wealth that I have, that they don't know themselves, because they are attached to whatever their material possessions are, right? Status, looks, so on and so forth. So if these people did not have the possessions, the wealth, the status, or the looks, they would not be authentic. It's plain and simple. Because they're so attached to it, if they didn't have it, they would not be authentic. They would be going through that ego death, per se, which everyone talks about, right? Ego death. Ego death is really just unlocking your most authentic self, realizing I'm none of this, realizing I'm just me and I'm perfect. External love. So craving affection or attention to prove self-worth. And so you think if you finally get that specific person, if you finally get someone else to love you the way that you want to be loved, then that's finally going to unlock self-love. But that's not how things work. When you unlock self-love, that's when the self-love is going to be reflected outside of you, and other people are going to love you because you love yourself so much. But when you don't love yourself and you want other people to love yourself to fill that internal void of you not loving yourself, well, that's when you swim in that ocean of illusion. That's when you never actually understand or unlock that love within yourself because you're looking for it externally. Love yourself more than anyone else. Because when you love yourself, you love God. All your weirdness, your uniqueness, all the quirks, all of your insecurities, you love it. Because that's all God and God's divine creation. Love it. All of it. And then other people will love it all. Achievement as identity. Ego loves this. The ego equates success or productivity with outcomes. Productivity is really just presence. You want to be productive, marry yourself to the present moment. You want to be productive, marry yourself to the present moment. Plan ahead and just marry yourself to the present moment. Don't think about the 10 tasks that you have to do. Focus on one task at a time. Be as present as possible. I'm not focusing on what I'm going to be doing after this video. I'm focusing on making this the best possible lesson that I can. And even if it's quote unquote not, I know that my next lesson is going to be better because I'm going to review this one, so on and so forth. But I'm not thinking about mistakes. I'm not thinking about messing up. I'm not thinking about any future. I'm not thinking about my past. I'm not thinking about anything other than making this the best lesson possible, aka the task at hand, right? However, the ego focuses on the opposite. If I was operating from ego and I made a mistake, for example, maybe I'd beat myself up. Maybe I'd retake it. Maybe I'd do something else. If I was focusing on what I'm doing afterward, I wouldn't be focusing on the lesson. If I'm focusing on how many likes I'm going to be getting, how much engagement I'm going to be receiving, how many people are going to be liking this video, then what would happen? I'm not focusing on the task at hand. If I was focusing on how I look, I wouldn't be focusing on the task at hand. And so when you're in this flow state, which is just presence, you're as productive as possible. And when you love yourself unconditionally and support yourself unconditionally in the process, in the act of creating whatever you're creating, then that's when you're going to unlock your best creations. And it's the creations that are the most imperfect creations. Those are going to be your greatest creations. All right. And same thing goes with success. Like, for example, the ego after this video, let's just say I review this video and I'm like, oh man, I can do better. I can do better. So, I try to do better and then I retake it and then I retake it again and then I retake it again, or whatever the case may be, right? I'm identifying with that specific outcome rather than understanding I'm always growing, expanding, and evolving, rather than understanding that I did everything that I possibly could in the state that I'm already in right now. And so I love it. I love myself for it. You embodied it. Yes. Keep going. Next one will improve one more. Next one will improve one more. But the ego doesn't do that. The ego's like, no, this is unsuccessful. So I have to redo it. No, this is unsuccessful. I have to redo it. Unsuccessful. And so it's attached to success. The productivity is 100 things at once. No, right? That's not your identity. Your outcomes are not your identity. Your successes is not your identity. How productive you are is not your identity. Fear of rejection or failure. So making decisions to avoid pain, not embody truth. When's the last time you made a decision to avoid pain? People make decisions to avoid pain all the time because they live in survival. Rather than avoiding pain, face it head on. Is it going to be comfortable? Absolutely not. But that's exactly when you're going to go within and learn, what is this pain trying to teach me? What is this discomfort when I listen to it? What is it here to show me? What are the limiting beliefs associated with this particular feeling? How can I listen? Through the lens of the observer, the witness, pure loving awareness. How can I listen? Right? Instead of attacking yourself, defending certain beliefs, avoiding, delaying the process of feeling the pain, whatever the case may be. Pain is inevitable. Choose your pain. When you avoid the pain within, you're going to feel it tomorrow, and then the day after that, and then next week, and then next month, and then 5 years later, 10 years later, 20 years later, 50 years later, you're on your deathbed still feeling that pain that you haven't yet felt. When you embody the truth is not just who you desire to be. The truth is being radically honest with yourself, saying, this is how I truly feel right now. If you feel unworthy, you have to be honest with yourself. It's the only way you're going to learn what beliefs are here tied to this unworthiness. If you have self-doubt, you have to go within and say, let me be radically honest. I do doubt myself right now. What is happening within me right now? This is the way that you evolve, guys. If you try to shift your identity and you try to say, no, I'm going to be the one who doesn't doubt myself. Yeah. Go do that. Let's see when you come back or when your nervous system acts up and then you go smoke that blunt or you go drink or you go scroll on TikTok or you go avoid and procrastinate. Yeah, keep on doing that, right? It's been working. It's been working for how long? This is the truth about identity shifting. Identity shifting is going within yourself, seeing what is happening within your nervous system, because your nervous system is the physiological manifestation of your subconscious programming. It's where you're going to see all of those limiting beliefs within your body, within your energy centers, your chakras, right? So now all of this, the ego's desires, the ego's states of consciousness, and this is really just scratching the surface, to be honest. All of this is rooted in fakeness, inauthenticity, right? You're just fake, you're inauthentic. You're not really you. You're not being truthful with yourself. You're lying to your own subconscious mind, which your subconscious mind knows more than you know about yourself. So how the hell can you lie to your own subconscious mind, to your own nervous system, right? And how can you lie to other people when you're over here doing something else and telling other people to do one thing? How can you lie? You can't lie. You can't lie to yourself. You can't lie to other people. The truth always comes out because the truth is within yourself. Lack and scarcity, right? Operating from the place of not having, I'm always missing something. Crave, needing, wanting, because you're rooted in separation. You're anchored in this state of separation. Everything exists outside of you. Everything exists in some future destination. Insecurity and inadequacy. And so from this point, right, everything, all of this desire to attain is rooted in, I'm not good enough. And once I have it, I'll be good enough, right? I'm not loved enough. And once I have it, I'll be loved. I'm not abundant, but once I have this, I'll be abundant. I'm not worthy, but once I finally get all the engagement, all the likes, blah, 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 then I'll be worthy, right? No, my friend. You are worthy now. You are loved now. You are abundant now. And now allow yourself to uncondition and unbecome all that you were programmed to become, and just allow yourself to naturally be you, because you are perfect. And then you manipulate yourself. At least you try to manipulate yourself. You try to manipulate other people. You try to manipulate the laws. Bro, the laws are the laws. You can't manipulate the damn laws. It's you trying to manipulate God. You can't manipulate the laws. You can learn how to work with the laws. You can't manipulate them. The laws are, trust me, you can't manipulate the laws, all right? So now, when you're guided by ego, it feels like forced striving, chasing, and never enough. And don't get me wrong, you can get a lot of things from this state. I'm not going to say you can't get what you want from this state of ego, but you're not going to be fulfilled. I'll say it again. I'm not trying to teach you how to get what you want. I'm trying to teach you how to manifest your soul's highest timeline, which is quite literally heaven on earth. I don't give a shit about your home. I don't care about your car. I don't care about you manifesting a specific relationship. I don't give a shit about any one of those things. I care about you manifesting your highest timeline, which is heaven on earth, which is found within and naturally expressed without. And when you do this, when you seek the kingdom first and God's righteousness, which God's righteousness is really just your highest values, is really just your heart's deepest desires, your authentic self, that's God's righteousness. It's not necessarily all moral, right? It's just you. When you seek the real you, and you express that, that's when you manifest heaven on earth. And that's what I want for you. So let's talk about what the soul wants. The soul wants internal validation. What it knows, it already is. And so here's the difference, right? External validation, which is what the ego wants, and what it thinks, because it's stuck in the mind, what it thinks will make it complete. And the soul wants internal validation, what it knows in the heart that it already is. Okay? So the soul seeks growth, expansion, evolution, authentic expression, and pure divine harmony, not from lack, but from remembrance of the inner wholeness, the unbecoming, the unconditioning, the unlearning, right? The soul's desires are about expressing the wholeness that already exists within. The soul says, I already am. And from that place of fullness, I create. Whereas the ego says control, validation, and safety through external world, believing fulfillment exists out there. The ego's desires are about attaining to feel whole. When I get this, I'll finally be enough. Soul's the opposite. Soul says, I already am enough. And from that fullness, I create. And so, this is the soul consciousness now that we're talking about, right? Peace. The soul desires peace. The desire to live in certainty and embodiment, no matter what happens, People can reject you. People can condemn you. People can judge you. People can abandon you. The outcome may not be perfect. You're going to create something shitty. You just allow yourself to be at peace no matter what. You allow yourself to just fully embody no matter what unfolds. Certainty and embodiment is rooted in presence, this eternal now, where there is no thought because there is no self to think these thoughts. There is just I am. Authentic expression, desiring to create, to speak, or live your truth without fear. It's your truth. Your truth is whatever your subconscious mind accepts to be true. And you have to express that truth no matter what. Even, right? Let's say I said some dumb shit right now that I regretted saying, but it was my truth, right? It was my truth at the time being. It was my truth and I wanted to express it. By me allowing myself to express that truth, even if I regret it, or even if I'm like, you know what, damn, I shouldn't have said that. I learn from it. I become aware of it. But if I suppress that truth, I didn't allow myself to express it, would I ever be able to learn from it? No. I wouldn't be able to learn from it. So express your truth no matter what, because that's the only way you're going to gain greater self-awareness and actually learn from it. But when you suppress it, you hide it, you avoid it, you delay it, you're never going to learn from it. So desire to create, speak, and live your truth without fear no matter what, because you love yourself unconditionally and you support yourself unconditionally. Love and unity. To connect deeply with all that you do and to give and to receive without condition. Connect deeply with everything that you're doing. If you're making a coffee or a tea, make that coffee, make that tea, step outside of the mind, step into the now. When you're creating something, don't think. You don't have to make the perfect script. You don't have to write it out. Create it. You don't have to make the perfect plan. Make a very simple plan and just go. Very simple. Just direction. That's all your soul wants. The ego is good for very direction, but that's just about it. Let your soul take over after that. But don't let the analyzing mind just overthink so much, right? Give yourself full permission to just give without condition, and that way you're going to receive without condition. Because the more you focus on giving, the more you're going to be receiving. The more you focus on receiving, the less you're focusing on giving. And that's when there's shitty products, shitty services. That's when people just try to scam people, manipulate people, try to take money, try to take stuff from ego. And again, of course you can get what you want. See how that plays out long term. Purpose and service, the natural impulse to uplift, to inspire, and to contribute to the collective evolution. So it's not necessary. I'm not focused on my own success. Of course, to a certain degree, of course I'm focused on my own success. But I'm more focused on your success. And if you can't tell that by this video, then I'm not sure what to tell you. I'm more focused on your success. Of course, me making this video, I want to be successful too. Absolutely. Am I denying that? No. But I'm focused on your success. And this is what unlocks the video that it is. Now, if you're working at a job, for example, and you're looking to get promoted, the moment that you shift from what am I getting paid, how much money am I getting paid, the more you shift from my success, what is my success, to let me focus on the success of the person that I'm working for or with. Let me focus on the success of the business as a whole. Immediately, give it a month, you're going to be promoted. Give it a month, you're going to be promoted. Even if you're working, however you're working right now, if you focus on the collective, if you're focusing on giving without conditions, focus on the success of the collective rather than your success, what you have to take and receive from it, that's when you're going to get promoted. That's when you're going to get more money. That's when you're going to unlock your truth as well. Same thing goes with everything else. With the relationship, when I focus on my wife's growth, expansion, evolution, when I focus on her success, she focuses on my success. If I just focus on my success and I don't care what she does, whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? And so at the end of the day, focus on your growth, expansion, and evolution, but focus on the collective success. Don't just do things for yourself. Don't just do things for yourself. Do things for the success of the collective. Right? And this is where inspiration is unlocked too. Because I know by me creating what I want to create, by me focusing on your success, you're going to be inspired. You're going to contribute more to humanity. And you're going to unlock the same consciousness. This is what success consciousness is all about. This is how you actually unlock millions of dollars, by the way. The people who are focused on making millions of dollars, even if they make the millions of dollars from that place of lack, they're going to lose it. I promise you. And this is coming from someone who got rich, got broke, got rich, got broke, got rich, got broke a lot of times. Okay? And so I'm speaking from experience here. I'm not regurgitating. I don't know what it is. But I'm not just saying shit to say shit, right? Now, growth and evolution, expanding consciousness through discomfort, challenges, and reflection. So the soul actually looks forward to facing some sort of discomfort in the body. The soul looks forward to facing what the vessel can grow into, right? The soul looks forward to unlocking this potential that may be hidden because the ego doesn't want to face it. The soul looks forward to challenges because it's what, again, allows it to grow, expand, and evolve. Whereas the ego, nah, no shot. The ego is not focused on that because the ego is solely focused on what? The ease. The ego is focused on ease. The ego wants to avoid hardships, delay challenges, suppress certain maybe negative emotions, maybe certain limiting beliefs because it doesn't believe it. It doesn't want to believe it. It doesn't want to face its own creations because it is the thing that it's going to be facing. That's what ego death is, right? For example, if you want to transform, get ready to feel grief. You're going to feel grief because you're going to have to let go of an old identity. It's temporary, but this is the cocoon phase that I call, right? The caterpillar going through the cocoon, sort of facing that discomfort, but it's that natural process that allows it to blossom into a beautiful butterfly. If you don't want to face it, don't. Totally fine, right? And also, ultimately, reflection, right? Freedom. The soul desires liberation from limitation to attachment and illusion, because it's all illusion. All attachment is illusion, because you're not the attachment, right? And this is where you're free to be, do whatever the hell you want, however the hell you want, whenever the hell you want. But Dave, I'm currently working a 9-to-5 job. Yeah, totally fine. Focus on the collective growth, expansion, and evolution of the entire company, business, whatever, your boss, right? Focus on that. And then when you come home, focus on this. When you come home, focus on this. Do whatever you want, whenever you want. Until it gets to the point where your 9-to-5 or where your 5-to-9 replaces your 9-to-5, right? And that's just about it. And trust me, it's worth it. It is worth it when you're able to fully just be you and do you whenever you want to do it, however you want to do it, without fear. It's worth it. Presence. The desire to be. Simply the desire to be. And this is what it means to act without doing, right? How the Tao says, act without doing, work without effort. When you're just being, when you're authentic, when you're having fun with everything, when you're not forcing anything. Like, this is genuinely fun for me. I love doing this. I love it. If I was focusing on, I have to be perfect, no, it'd be very forceful, right? I would not want to do it like that. However, just because I'm just being right now, I love it. It's great. So desire to just be, just have fun right here, right now, rather than become someone you're not, rather than reaching this state of perfection to reach this place of wholeness. Oh, once it's perfect, then I'll finally be happy. No, just desire to be, embody your highest self right now. And that's just about it. Just do that. And this is presence, right? Presence. When you're not thinking. All of this now, the soul's consciousness, the soul's desire is rooted in true internal safety and security because you know yourself. This is when you're truly whole, complete, and this is when you're secure. This is when your nervous system finally is able to relax because you're taking the lead now, as is the soul. So you say, relax, right? True internal safety and security. Presence, flow-based creation. You're not forcing anything. Everything is, creation is unfolding through you. You're not creating something you're not. Creation is flowing through your higher mind, through the superconscious. So it's just pure presence, selflessness, and divinity. I'm not focused on myself. I'm not focused on how I look. I'm not focused on what people are thinking. I'm not focused on an outcome. I'm not focused on shit other than this and you. This is what I'm focused on, right? And divinity. Peace, love, joy, creativity, abundance, and power. Authenticity and integrity, staying true to yourself. Internal progress and embodiment over external outcomes. And when you realize that the real outcome is not meant to be outside of you, but is meant to be within you, the ultimate outcome you should be looking for is the outcome to embody. And when you embody the outcome, boom, that's it. That's when creation effortlessly unfolds through you. And when you're guided by the soul, it feels like remembering, aligning, and just simply unfolding rather than force, striving, chasing, and never enough. As you can see, this is what identity shifting is actually all about. It's not about becoming someone you're not. It's not about saying, oh, I have to become the outcome. No, you already are the outcome. Brother, sister, you already are that. It's not something you have to go chase. It's not something that's outside of you. Right? Lastly, unlocking the soul. This is the good stuff. Radical honesty is the first step. Suppress, deny, avoid, and reject nothing. And this is what unlocks the soul. A lot of people in the manifestation space completely suppress, deny, and avoid, and reject most things because that's what they're taught. They're taught, yeah, don't worry about that. Just, focus on that. Of course, don't worry about that, but face that. Face the damn demon that you created. Face it so you can finally learn from it and evolve from it. Don't avoid it. Don't suppress it. Don't deny it, and don't reject it. It's going to stay in your nervous system forever unless you face it. And it's not hard to face. Maybe you're going to cry. You know how many times I've freaking cried? And if you're a guy, if you're a dude watching this, it's okay to cry. You got to release shit. It's okay to cry. It's okay to just be you. And same thing goes with love. Why is love cringy? Why is love cringy? That's mad weird. Love unconditionally. Support each other unconditionally. Since when is judging people cool? Since when is hating on people cool? Since when is the sense of superiority and inferiority cool? To inflate your damn ego. Love, support your brothers and sisters unconditionally. Be honest with yourself and where you're currently at. Yes, it's going to be uncomfortable, but you can't lie to your subconscious. You can't. It's your body. It's the pain body that Eckhart calls it, right? But that's your subconscious programming. It knows more than you. It knows more about you than you do. It knows more about you than you know about yourself because that's your subconscious mind. And so you have to face it head on. It's fine. You're going to live. I promise. You're going to survive it. The ego is going to consider it to be death. That's why the ego tries to protect you from facing it. But I promise you're going to survive it. You are. You're going to be safe. You're going to be good. Presence heals. All right? Be present with it. Give it attention. That's what that child needs. Attention, love, support, acknowledgement. There's something going on within you. Radical responsibility. Take 100% full responsibility for all of your creations. Everything. The breakup, 100% full responsibility. Anything that happens negatively to you, 100% full responsibility. Oh, but Dave, that person's a narcissist. Okay, why is that person in your life? You're responsible for that person being in your life. You're responsible for not setting your own boundaries. You're responsible for all of it. You're responsible for not loving yourself and allowing a narcissist to freaking take you over. You're responsible for that. So take 100% full responsibility for all of your creations. Because then that's when you're going to learn, damn, you know what, Dave? I actually am responsible for this. And then what's going to happen? You're going to learn. You're going to evolve. Radical responsibility. Unconditional self-love. Don't beat yourself up when you take responsibility. Fuck, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe, you know what, Dave, you're right. I can't believe I'm such an idiot. No, you're not an idiot. You're innocent. Love yourself unconditionally. I finally learned. You know what? That old me, You did everything you possibly could to protect me. You did everything you possibly could with everything that you knew, with all the beliefs that you were indoctrinated into. You did everything that you possibly knew that you could do, but now you know better. So now let me take the lead, right? Love every aspect of yourself unconditionally. Love every aspect of yourself unconditionally. And this is something that I realized pretty recently, right? Like if you go on my TikToks, like I'm fooling around. I'm fucking around, right? Because I just want to get rid of that spiritual ego that developed. And so I'm loving every aspect of me. Like I'm fooling around, dancing, posting. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit how many likes. I don't give a shit about anything other than just me having fun because I love all of it. I'm so holy. There's a part of me that's so holy. It's like, ask my wife. I'm going to ask anyone because she knows me better than anything else. I'm like rooted in unconditional love because I've experienced God's grace. I've experienced God's unconditional love. I've reached very heightened states of love. And that's why like my heart is just wide open. Thank you, Steve, for that. Steven Sainato. And so understand, right? When you love yourself unconditionally, you are free. You are free. Because you don't need any other person to love you. When you love yourself unconditionally, you are free. Because you need no one else to love you. And just immerse yourself. Every part of you, the weirdness, the uniqueness. By you not loving yourself, you're not loving God. God's divine creation that you are. Love yourself. Before I start crying. Anyways, unconditional joy. Have fun. Become a child again. This is where you unlock the greatest creativity that you have. Have fun when you're out with friends. Have fun whenever you're creating whatever you're creating. Have fun when you're dancing, when you're listening to music, whenever you go out. Have fun. Have fun. Just embody joy. Embody that childlike joy everywhere you go. You know how many adults have suppressed this joy? Oh man, it's such an amazing time. It's such a great time to just fuck around. It's the best time ever. Just do it. Just do it. Sure, do it. Lock yourself in a room and do it. If it allows you to like break free a little bit, right? But like just do it and post it. Show the world. Who cares? Show the world. Some people are going to reject you. Some people are going to judge you because they've rejected that part of themselves, because they denied that part of themselves. And then some people are going to be lit up by your inspiration, be inspired by you. Some people are going to admire you. They're going to be like, wow, look at that person. Unbothered. Yeah, that's called the highest frequency there is. Have fun. Unconditional peace. Surrender. Stay grounded in the now. No matter what unfolds, I'm at peace. No matter what unfolds, I'm at peace. Safety, security. Unconditional acceptance. Accept all of yourself. And this is right there hand in hand with unconditional love. Love every aspect of yourself unconditionally, right? Accept all of yourself and your expression without judgment. So this is what allows everything to unfold. Accept all of you. Nothing is wrong with you. You don't need to fix anything. You need to become someone you're not. Love all of you. Accept all of you. You're literally perfect. You're made in God's perfect image. And so therefore you are perfect. And whoever told you that you're not, forgive them. See their innocence. See how they projected their own imperfections upon you. But all of your imperfections are perfect. Look at the trees. You think the trees are judging another, saying, oh, I have more leaves than you. Oh, I'm taller than you. Unconditional allowance. And this is right there hand in hand with acceptance and love. Allow whatever wants to be expressed, right? Because that's the only way, even if, for example, it's whatever, maybe something wrong, right? Obviously, like, don't get to the point where you're throwing this freaking temper tantrum, right? Like, go within yourself first, learn how to pause before you act, and we'll get to that as well. And be like, okay, like, what's unfolding within me right now, right? You don't have to turn into a damn animal. You don't have to go into that animalistic nature. However, allow whatever wants to be expressed to be expressed. Just allow it to be expressed. And that's when you're going to learn from it, no matter what. But that's also when you're going to allow your subconscious to be fully expressed without any sort of condition. And that's what creates liberation and freedom. And that's what unlocks your personal magnetism. That's what allows you to be whoever you want to be, do whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it. And people are inspired by that because people see parts of themselves that they've suppressed. When you allow yourself to be you, people see that and people will be like, damn, like I'm naturally attracted to you. I'm like, you're naturally magnetic, right? Pure authenticity. Honor your unique and divine expression of Source God Creator, understanding that you, like, that is you. And so why are you trying to become someone you're not when you, when you now understand, like, there's no one like you. Why are you trying to become someone you're not? There's no one like you. You're perfect. Quite literally, because you are a unique and divine expression of Source God Creator. And there is no one like you. There's no one that has the same imperfections as you. There's no one that has the same expression as you. There's no one that has the same qualities, traits, attributes as you. There's no one who has the same heart, the same interests, the same desires as you. There's no one that has the same energy and frequency as you, and authenticity unlocks your highest frequency. Be authentic and love yourself. Honor yourself. Release identification. The ego survives through identification, right? I am my success. I am my failure. I am my relationships. So it's literally everything in this world. You know how many times I've faced ego death? A lot of times. So hopefully you don't have to get to that point, because when I faced ego death, like in my weekly calls, for example, I'm literally like, there were times where I was grieving for like a week. Like there were times where I faced ego death and I saw that Project 369 is just another one of my creations, but it's not me. But I was so like, again, it wasn't me. I saw that it wasn't me. And I was grieving so much. I'm like, oh my God, like Project 369 doesn't even matter. None of it matters. But then I woke up to the realization that I'm the creator. And actually Project 369 is a unique and divine expression of me. It's not me, but it's a unique and divine expression of me. So understanding that you are one with a creation, you are one with your creations, but you as the creator will forever be greater than all of your creations. And no matter what, the allness of creation is contained within you. So you're not separate from anything. Crazy realizations. The soul knows it is perfect, whole, and complete no matter what. And there is no such thing as failure, because there is only growth, expansion, and evolution from wholeness. That's all there is. That's all there is. While the ego, on the other hand, just says, I am my success, I am my failure, I am my relationships, I am this creation, I am that. And then if that were to disappear from the life, who would you be then? If you're your wealth, if your wealth were to disappear tomorrow, who would you be? If you are your relationship and your relationship were to disappear tomorrow, who would you be? If you are your six-pack, but you didn't have a six-pack tomorrow, who would you be? Creation embodiment over outcome. Outcomes do not matter, like at all. They really don't matter. You are the only outcome that matters. Create from inspiration, not obligation. When you realize that I am the outcome, I just want to have fun in this process. I want to give myself full permission to create whatever I want to create, to do whatever I want to do, to be whoever I want to be, without any condition at all, without any obligation, but from inspiration, because I am that, and my soul wants to express that. That's when you're free. That you talk about a natural high. I'm naturally getting high from making this. Pause before acting, creating. Ask yourself, is this desire coming from lack or from love? Would I still want this if no one ever knew about it? Pause and ask yourself this question before you act. Is the desire coming from lack or from love? Would I still want this if no one ever knew about it. So you're not doing it for anyone else. You're not doing it for an outcome. You're not doing it to be cool. You're not doing it for whatever it is. You're doing it because you are that, because it's something within you seeking expression. Mirror yourself to the present moment. This is the last thing. The ego exists only in time, thinking about past and future. The soul lives only in the now, embodying your highest self. The ego exists up here. The soul exists right here. The heart is the first organ that's ever developed, that was developed in your mother's womb. Okay? That's where you come from. When you take your attention and focus on your heart and act from your heart, act from genuine love, peace, joy, inspiration, creativity, abundance, wholeness, fullness, completion, when you act from this place, you're out of the mind. The real you comes out. And this is what embodiment is. When you're thinking, you're not embodying. When you're embodying, you're not thinking. It's plain and simple. And that's it. Again, if you want to download this mind map, click the link in the description below. All you got to do is create an account. You're going to be able to download this for free, and you're going to be able to take your own notes, connect your own dots. And again, check out Project 369 if you want to check out Project 369. But other than that, I freaking love you, and I appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe. If you took notes, put them down in the comment section below, because you're going to be able to help some other people out as well. Other people that are going through it, you're not alone. And at the end of the day, everything that you're going through, understand that it's just allowing your vessel to expand, grow, and evolve so you can finally manifest and hold the blessings that you deserve. With that being said, thank you. I love you. Let us create.